You ever leave someone's place and feel like you need a nap? Not because you were busy, just tired in your chest, like something heavy followed you out the door? It's a strange kind of tired, but a lot of us know it. As we get older, moments like that hit harder. You start to notice what lifts you up and what slowly wears you down. Truth is, the people we spend time with shape how we feel. Not just for the hour we're with them, but long after we leave. And while you may have spent years being polite, showing up out of habit or family duty, at this stage of life, it's okay to think twice. You're allowed to protect your peace. You've earned it. Today, I want to talk to you about 4 kinds of people you may need to step back from. Not because you're cruel, but because you finally realize your time and energy matter. And before we get into it, I'm curious, have you ever felt emotionally drained after visiting someone? Leave a quick comment. It helps to know who else gets it. Now let's get started. 1. The chronic complainer. You walk into their home, and before you've even sat down properly, the air feels heavy. There's a sigh, complaint, something about their health, the weather, the news, or how the world's gone downhill. It doesn't matter what's going right. They'll always find what's wrong. And the longer you sit there, the more it starts to rub off on you. These folks don't just vent now and then. They live in it. Negativity is their language, and every conversation turns into a list of everything that's gone wrong. In their life, in yours, in the whole world. And maybe, like a lot of kind-hearted people, you keep showing up. You feel like it's the right thing to do. You tell yourself, they need someone to talk to. And sure, everyone has tough days. We all do. But here's the difference. This isn't about a bad day. It's about a pattern. These folks aren't looking for solutions or comfort. They want an audience. And if you're not careful, their bitterness starts to feel like yours. You leave their house not just tired, but almost hopeless, carrying emotions that don't even belong to you. And it sneaks up on you. First, it's a little rant about the neighbor's dog. Next time, it's how no one calls anymore. Then it's politics or prices or how nobody understands them. It never ends. And the worst part? If you try to change the subject or talk about something good, they shoot it down. They'll twist it back into something negative, like joy is something they can't let in or let you have either. Now, I'm not saying you need to cut people off just because they're going through something. But you have to ask yourself, is this person ever willing to see the good? Or are they pulling you into a hole they've decided to live in? After 65, your energy is sacred. Time with people should feel nourishing, not like emotional labor. You're not selfish for needing peace. You're human, and you deserve to feel light when you leave someone's home, not heavy. 2. The manipulative user. Not everyone invites you over because they enjoy your company. Some do it because they want something, and the moment you walk through the door, you can feel it. There's a certain weight in the air. It starts with a smile, maybe even a compliment. But soon enough, there's a favor waiting. First, it might be small. Could you help me move this? Can you give me a quick ride? Nothing major, right? But over time, it becomes a pattern. They're not calling to check in. They're not inviting you over just to share a cup of coffee and some laughter. Every visit comes with an unspoken expectation. You're there to fill a need, their need. And they know how to make you feel guilty if you hesitate. They might say things like, "You're the only one I can count on." Or, "I don't know what I'd do without you." Sounds sweet, even flattering. But underneath it all, it's a way of keeping you close, not for friendship, but for convenience. What's worse is when you try to set a boundary. The moment you say no, even gently, their tone shifts. Suddenly, you're the one being unfair. Or cold. And that's how you know. This isn't about mutual care. It's about control. Look, after all the years you've spent helping others, being there for people, doing the right thing, you know the difference between someone who genuinely cares and someone who just wants something from you. You feel it in your gut. The truth is, your time is valuable. Your kindness isn't a resource for others to drain. If you leave someone's house feeling like you've done chores instead of sharing joy, it's time to step back. That's not friendship. That's obligation dressed up as connection. So ask yourself, if you needed help, would they show up for you the way you do for them? If the answer is no, then maybe it's time to stop showing up just because you always have. Alright, let's talk about the kind of person And honestly, this one can be exhausting in a completely different way. 3. The drama magnet. There are people in this world who don't just have drama in their lives. They seem to invite it. They stir it up, they feed it, and they carry it with them like it's part of their identity. You stop by for what you think will be a calm, friendly visit, and 10 minutes in, you're caught in the middle of someone else's crisis. They'll tell you long stories about who wronged them, who said what, how they were betrayed, again. And it's never just one story. It's a whole web of problems, feuds, gossip, and grudges. And somehow they always end up the victim. And here's the problem, it's not just talk. They want you to pick a side. They'll hint that you should avoid certain people, agree with their version of the story, or even help defend them. And if you try to stay neutral, that's not good enough. You'll notice the tension shift. You'll feel like you're walking on eggshells just trying not to say the wrong thing. Maybe you've been there, sitting on someone's couch, nodding along while they go on, and you're just thinking, how did I get dragged into this again? The hard truth is, these people need conflict. When life is quiet, they don't know what to do with themselves. So they stir the pot, often at the cost of everyone's peace, including yours. After 65, peace is not a luxury. It's essential. You've lived through enough real problems. You don't need someone else's drama clouding your mood or creeping into your mind. A real friend brings calm, not chaos. They leave you feeling lighter, not tangled in tension. So if you find yourself constantly wrapped up in someone else's problems, even when you didn't ask to be, it's okay to let go. You don't need to take on other people's battles. Not anymore. For the negative nostalgic. You know the kind. You sit down and before long, they're talking about the past. Not with warmth, not with a twinkle in their eye, but with bitterness. Everything was better back then. Nothing good ever happens now, and the world's only getting worse. That's the theme every time. And sure, reminiscing is a beautiful thing. We all have memories we hold dear. But with these folks, it's different. It's not just remembering. It's being stuck. It's rehashing old pain, old betrayals, and old regrets like they happened yesterday. And no matter how much time has passed, they haven't moved on. They don't want to. You try to bring up something positive, maybe a new hobby you've picked up, or a moment of joy you had recently, and they bring the mood right back down. That's nice, they'll say, but it's not like it used to be. Or worse, they dismiss it altogether. And here's the quiet danger. If you spend too much time with someone who constantly sees the world through a lens of loss and resentment, it starts to cloud your vision, too. You might catch yourself thinking about your regrets more than usual, questioning your choices, forgetting the beauty that still exists around you. It's okay to honor the past. It's okay to feel pain. But life is still happening now. There are still things to enjoy, love to give, moments to cherish. And you deserve to be around people who remind you of that, not ones who pull you backward every time you visit. You're not being cruel for needing space from someone who's stuck. You're being wise for choosing to live forward. If any of this has made you reflect, even just a little, that's a good thing. You're paying attention to what matters. Your peace, your energy, and your joy. You've spent a lifetime giving your time, your care, your attention to others. Family, friends, coworkers, neighbors, you've shown up for people over and over again. And you did it because that's who you are. But now, in this stage of life, something shifts. You begin to realize your time is no longer something you can give away so easily, and your peace of mind isn't up for negotiation anymore. The truth is, not every relationship is worth keeping in the same way it once was. Some people leave you feeling lighter, better, more hopeful. Others leave you drained, heavy, like you've just carried their emotions out the door with you. And if you've felt that, even once, you know exactly what I mean. This isn't about being cold. It's about being clear. You are not here to absorb other people's bitterness, fix their messes, or carry their regrets. You've got your own story to live, your own memories to make. And your golden years? They should feel golden, not gray. So maybe it's time to quietly shift who you visit, who you sit with, who you open your door to. That small choice, that little boundary, could be the thing that changes your days for the better. And before you go, I'd love to know this. Who in your life leaves you feeling better when you see them? Share their initials or just say yes in the comments. Let's celebrate those people today. Thank you for being here. You deserve peace. You deserve joy. And you deserve to feel good. Not just sometimes, but often. We'll see you in the next one.